Welcome back to ABC General Hospital channel. Today, we're diving into the escalating tension between Jason Morgan and Jen Sidwell, a feud that could spiral out of control and lead to devastating consequences. With Jason's thirst for revenge burning hotter than ever, Anna Devane is desperately trying to keep him from making a reckless move. But will her warnings fall on deaf ears? Let's break down the layers of this high-stakes drama, starting with the legal consequences Jason might face. Jason Morgan, a man on the edge of the law. Jason Morgan has always walked a fine line between right and wrong, but this time, he may be closer than ever to crossing it completely. The attack on Sonny Corinthos left Michael Corinthos severely burned, and Jason's rage is boiling over. He doesn't want to sit back and wait for justice to take its course, he wants to deliver it himself. Anna Devane has tried to reason with him, emphasizing that acting rashly could land him in legal trouble. But Jason is too consumed by his need for vengeance. He sees Jen Sidwell as a direct threat, and whether or not there's solid proof that Sidwell was behind the explosive device in Sonny's penthouse, Jason has already made up his mind: Sidwell needs to pay. This attitude puts Jason in dangerous territory. His unwillingness to play by the rules could not only put his own life at risk but also threaten innocent people around him. If Sidwell retaliates, the collateral damage could be catastrophic. Yet, despite the warnings, Jason seems determined to go rogue. A son's fear, Danny Morgan's worst nightmare. While Jason is laser-focused on his mission, there's one person who is deeply worried about what could happen: his son, Danny Morgan. Having already experienced the pain of seeing his father locked away, Danny is terrified that history might repeat itself. Jason has always tried to be a steady presence in his son's life, even when circumstances made it difficult. But if he lets his rage get the best of him and ends up behind bars, Danny will be left feeling abandoned once again. The emotional toll on his son is something Jason might not be fully considering as he barrels toward a dangerous confrontation with Sidwell. A romance at risk, will Sasha Gilmore Corbin walk away? Jason's reckless pursuit of vengeance could also have unintended consequences in his personal life, particularly with Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Recently, sparks have been flying between them, and while their relationship hasn't officially turned romantic, the chemistry is undeniable. However, Sasha has already experienced enough turmoil and loss in her life. The last thing she needs is to fall for someone who is constantly putting himself in danger. If Jason gets arrested, or worse, if he gets himself killed, Sasha may decide that being with him is too much of a risk. She has fought too hard to rebuild her life after all the heartbreak she's endured. If Jason continues down this dark path, Sasha might be forced to reconsider any feelings she has for him. Could this be the wake-up call she needs to walk away before she gets too attached? Diane Miller, the attorney who can keep Jason out of jail. Of course, if Jason does get arrested, he has one major ace up his sleeve: Diane Miller. As one of the best attorneys in Port Charles, Diane has pulled off near impossible legal victories before, and there's no doubt she could fight to keep Jason out of prison. But even with Diane's legal expertise, Jason's actions could still have lasting consequences. Being released from jail is one thing, but earning back the trust of those closest to him is another. If Jason continues to push forward with his vendetta against Sidwell, he might not be able to escape the fallout, no matter how skilled his lawyer is. Anna Devane's desperate attempts to keep Jason in check. While Jason is determined to act, Anna Devane is just as determined to stop him. She knows exactly how these types of vendettas end, and none of the outcomes are good. Anna isn't just worried about Jason's safety, she's also thinking about the broader impact of his actions. If Jason makes a move against Sidwell without solid proof, it could compromise law enforcement's ability to take Sidwell down legally. Not to mention, if Sidwell retaliates, more innocent lives could be caught in the crossfire. Anna has been through enough to recognize the warning signs. She's seen men like Jason go down this road before, and she knows that once he crosses that line, it's almost impossible to turn back. The question is, will Jason listen to her warnings, or will he let his emotions drive him straight into disaster? Jen Sidwell, a threat that can't be ignored. While much of the focus is on Jason's reaction, it's important not to underestimate the danger that Jen Sidwell himself poses. Sidwell isn't just another enemy, he's a cunning strategist with dangerous connections. If Jason moves against him too soon, without a carefully laid out plan, Sidwell could turn the tables in a way that Jason isn't prepared for. That could mean setting Jason up, framing him for something bigger, or orchestrating an attack that leaves him powerless to fight back. Sidwell is not the kind of man to take threats lightly. If Jason underestimates him, he could find himself in a situation far worse than he anticipated. What's next for Jason Morgan? With so many forces pulling him in different directions, Jason's future is uncertain. Will he throw caution to the wind and go after Sidwell, no matter the cost? Or will the voices of reason, Anna, Danny, Sasha, and even Diane, be enough to pull him back from the brink? If Jason makes the wrong move, it could set off a chain of events that he won't be able to control. The question now is not just whether Jason will go after Sidwell, but how far he's willing to go and what he's willing to sacrifice in the process. Next, we're diving into a hot topic that has been sparking conversations among General Hospital fans. Maurice Benard and Laura Wright, two of the most prominent stars of the show, are set to make an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson Show. While their upcoming talk show guest spot should be an exciting moment for GH viewers, there's a growing debate in the fandom. Are Maurice and Laura overshadowing the rest of the cast? Are Sonny and Carly's storylines taking up too much space in Port Charles? Let's break down both sides of the argument and explore why some fans feel it's time to shine the spotlight elsewhere. The power players of Port Charles, a dominant duo. There's no denying that Maurice Benard, Sonny Corinthos, and Laura Wright, Carly Spencer, have been two of the most pivotal figures in General Hospital's history. Whether they are together or apart, their characters remain at the center of the most compelling storylines in Port Charles. For years, Sonny and Carly's tumultuous relationship has been a driving force behind GH's biggest moments. They have experienced everything from mob wars and betrayals to heartbreak and redemption. Even though they are no longer a couple, their connection is undeniable, bound by love, loss, and the family they built together. However, while some fans love seeing Maurice and Laura on screen so often, others argue that their presence sometimes feels too dominant, leaving less room for other characters to develop compelling arcs of their own. Fan fatigue: are Sonny and Carly taking up too much space? While Sonny and Carly's storylines are undeniably captivating, many viewers feel like General Hospital has become too reliant on them. It's not uncommon for episodes to feature Carly prominently, sometimes appearing in back-to-back episodes while other fan-favorite characters struggle for screen time. Some fans have even expressed that they would love to see other actors and characters get the spotlight for a change. Port Charles is full of rich, dynamic characters, from the Quartermains to the Ashfords, and even the younger generation like Trina Robinson and Spencer Cassadine. Yet, despite the vast ensemble cast, Sonny and Carly often remain front and center. This has led to frustration among certain viewers, who feel that the show's storytelling has become repetitive. As much as Maurice Benard and Laura Wright deliver powerhouse performances, some believe that taking a break from their constant presence could allow other characters to thrive. A controversial talk show appearance: why Maurice and Laura? When news broke that Maurice Benard and Laura Wright would be appearing on the Jennifer Hudson Show, reactions were mixed. While some fans were excited to see two of GH's biggest stars representing the show on a mainstream platform, others questioned why they were chosen over other beloved cast members. After all, General Hospital boasts a massive ensemble of talented actors. Wouldn't it have been more refreshing to see someone like Finola Hughes, Anna Devane, Jeannie Francis, Laura Collins, or even some of the newer stars getting the opportunity to represent the soap? This isn't the first time the show has leaned heavily on Maurice and Laura for media appearances. Their star power is undeniable, but it does make some wonder if GH is missing an opportunity to highlight other talent. Why Sonny and Carly are here to stay despite the criticism: one thing remains clear: Sonny and Carly are General Hospital royalty. Whether people love them or want a break from them, their impact on the show is undeniable. Their longevity is a testament to the chemistry between Maurice Benard and Laura Wright, and to the dedication of GH's writers in keeping their stories relevant. Unlike many characters who come and go in Port Charles, Sonny and Carly have managed to remain central figures through decades of soap opera evolution. This is largely because their storylines resonate with viewers, even if their screen presence is sometimes overwhelming. From Sonny's ever-present mob conflicts to Carly's fiery independence, their narratives are rooted in the drama and intensity that makes soaps so addictive. Love them or hate them, they are a major reason why GH continues to thrive. Will Maurice and Laura respond to the criticism? So far, neither Maurice Benard nor Laura Wright has addressed the criticism surrounding their frequent appearances. Both actors have always been vocal and engaging with fans, so it wouldn't be surprising if they eventually acknowledge the conversation. Maurice, in particular, is known for being active on social media and connecting with his audience. He often discusses GH storylines, mental health, and even personal struggles on his platforms. Meanwhile, Laura Wright has been a staple in GH's promotional efforts, always advocating for the show and its fans. Whether they respond or not, it's clear that GH fans are passionate about their soap and want to see more diversity in its storytelling. While Sonny and Carly will always be important, perhaps it's time for the show to balance the spotlight and give other characters a chance to shine. What's next for Sonny and Carly? As always, General Hospital is full of twists and surprises, and Sonny and Carly's stories are far from over. Even though they are no longer romantically involved, their lives remain deeply entangled. Sonny's ongoing mob battles and Carly's ever-evolving relationships ensure that they won't be fading into the background anytime soon. The question remains, will GH continue to focus heavily on these two characters, or will we finally see a shift that allows for more ensemble-driven storytelling? With so much talent on the show, there's potential for other characters to take center stage while still keeping Sonny and Carly integral to the canvas. Thank you for tuning in to ABC General Hospital Channel. What do you think, GH fans? Do Sonny and Carly deserve all the screen time they get, or is it time to give other characters a chance to step into the spotlight? Are Maurice and Laura the best choices to represent GH on the Jennifer Hudson Show, or should someone else have been invited? Next, we're diving into one of the most electrifying what-if scenarios in General Hospital history. Could Nelle Benson be alive, and if so, is now the perfect time for her dramatic return? With Michael Corinthos recovering abroad and Wiley's guardianship suddenly up for grabs, the stage is set for one of the most explosive comebacks in Port Charles. If Nelle resurfaces, chaos will follow, and her return could shake the foundation of the Quartermaine, Corinthos, and Reeves families. Let's break down all the ways Nelle's return could turn the town upside down. Carly Corinthos' worst nightmare becomes reality. No one would be more horrified by Nelle's return than Carly Corinthos, the woman who was there when Nelle supposedly fell to her death. Carly has spent years dealing with Nelle's twisted mind games, manipulations, and obsessive vendetta against her. From framing Carly for attempted murder to tormenting her entire family, Nelle was relentless in her pursuit of revenge. Now, imagine Carly returning from Germany after supporting Michael through his painful recovery, only to find her greatest enemy alive and well. The sheer shock on Carly's face would be priceless, and her first instinct would likely be to expose whatever game Nelle is playing. But if Nelle has a well-crafted alibi and allies on her side, Carly could find herself trapped in a nightmare she thought was long over. Carly has dealt with villains before, but Nelle is different. She's not just an enemy, she's the person who came closest to completely destroying Carly's life. This time, the stakes are even higher. Willow Tate's nightmare. A sister and a custody battle for Willow Tate. Nelle's return would be a personal and legal disaster. When Willow adopted Wiley, she believed she was giving him the stability he never had with his birth mother. But Nelle's reappearance would reignite the custody war, and given that she's Wiley's biological mother, her claim could legally outweigh Willow's. The emotional toll on Willow would be devastating. She has fought hard to create a loving home for Wiley, and losing him now would break her. But the biggest twist? Nelle and Willow aren't just connected through Wiley, they are twin sisters. With Willow just beginning to build a fragile relationship with their mutual mother, Nina Reeves, the timing of Nelle's return would create a heartbreaking conflict. Would Nina choose to stand by the daughter she lost too soon, or would she betray Willow in favor of the daughter she never got to raise? The emotional and legal battle between these two sisters would be a must-watch storyline. A family at war, the Nina Reeves dilemma. If Nelle is alive, Nina Reeves would be forced to make the hardest decision of her life, choosing between the daughter she never knew existed and the one she's desperately trying to rebuild a relationship with. For so long, Nina mourned the child she thought was lost forever. When she discovered that Willow was her daughter, she worked tirelessly to repair their strained relationship. But if Nelle returns, Nina would suddenly be in the middle of a war she never saw coming. Would she embrace Nelle, trying to prove she has changed and deserves a second chance? Or would she remain loyal to Willow, knowing full well that Nelle's manipulations could destroy everything? The emotional weight of this dilemma would push Nina to her limits. And let's not forget, Nina is already facing battles with Drew Quartermaine, Carly, and the Quartermaine family. If she takes Nelle's side, she could risk losing everything, including her already fragile bond with Willow. The ripple effect, a town on edge. Nelle's return wouldn't just affect Carly, Willow, and Nina. Her presence in Port Charles would send shockwaves through multiple relationships, stirring up old wounds and exposing long-buried secrets. Jocelyn Jacks, Nelle's former kidney recipient, would be furious to see the woman who once tormented her family walking free. Jocelyn has grown into a strong and independent young woman, and she wouldn't hesitate to confront Nelle head-on. Harrison Chase, Nelle's former lover, who once believed in her redemption, would have to face the truth that she never changed. Would Chase feel guilt for ever trusting her? Or would he take it upon himself to stop her once and for all? Brad Cooper, Nelle's former partner in crime, would undoubtedly be shaken by her return. Would she try to rekindle their toxic friendship, or would she throw him under the bus to clear her own name? Lucas Jones, having already endured the trauma of losing Wiley, Lucas would be terrified of what Nelle's return could mean. Would he fight alongside Willow to protect Wiley, or would old wounds resurface, forcing him to relive his greatest loss? Could Nelle Benson really be alive? Let's take a moment to address the big question: is it even possible that Nelle survived her supposed death? This is General Hospital, where characters come back from the dead more often than they stay buried. While Nelle was last seen hanging off a cliff, falling to her apparent demise, we never saw a body. That alone is a major red flag in the soap world. Perhaps Nelle was found and nursed back to health by someone with their own vendetta against Port Charles. Or maybe she faked her death, waiting for the perfect moment to reclaim what she believes is rightfully hers. Whatever the case, her return would be a game-changer. And let's not forget, actress Chloe Lanier, who plays Nelle, has a real-life connection to GH star Josh Kelly, Cody Bell. Wouldn't it be interesting if the writers found a way to tie Cody into her return, giving him a shocking storyline twist? What happens next? If Nelle is truly alive, her return could ignite one of the most intense battles Port Charles has ever seen. A custody war over Wiley, a sister showdown with Willow, a family torn apart with Nina caught in the middle. It's the kind of drama that keeps General Hospital fans hooked. The only question left is, when will Nelle make her move? Is she lurking in the shadows, watching and waiting for the perfect moment? Or will she make a grand entrance, sending shockwaves through Port Charles overnight? Either way, one thing is for sure: if Nelle Benson is coming back, no one in Port Charles is safe. Thank you for tuning in to ABC General Hospital Channel. What do you think, GH fans? Is it time for Nelle Benson's epic return? Would she be a changed woman, Or would she bring more destruction than ever before? And how would Port Charles react to her sudden reappearance? Share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more shocking GH predictions and theories.